Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastian Envy, strong style, cinephile, one half the reigning, defending MPX Tag Team Champions, which is not going to change even after this weekend's MPX Purge. Check it out on the network or come out to see it if you're in the Bedford area. Superman and Lois. Let us geek about the latest episode from that. Well, I guess last week's episode, because there was no new episode this week, which is sad. We're having to go through some hiatuses, mini hiatuses with Superman. We've had to deal with these a couple times this season. Part of it is just hiatuses happen, or preemptions and that sort of thing happen because of sports events or this or that. But we've had to deal with a couple extra ones, I think, because of the whole COVID thing, shut down production at different points in time. So they're kind of behind, so it's just giving them a chance to catch up with things. It is what it kind of sucks when you really like the show and you want to see new episodes, but it is what it is. This episode was a bit of a calm before the storm, I think. Of course, last episode we had Clark expend all his energy dealing with the Kryptonians that were released by Morgan Edge, and now we're kind of continuing from that. And it was a flashback episode in part, and it kind of gave us a glimpse into the past of some stuff we had seen in the first episode, little snippets of some of the footage that they used in earlier in the pilot, I believe. We got to see here where we got to see Clark find the Fortress of Solitude, kind of deal with learning about who he is and his powers and such. We got to see him more with his mother. We got to see him disappointed by the fact that while he was gone, Lana kind of moved on with Kyle and kind of that effect on him. We got to see him move to Metropolis, get a job at the planet, and meet Lois. They fall in love, that whole sort of thing. Superman's first appearance and all that, the identity reveal, marriage proposal, babies, and all that stuff. It's actually cool to see more of Tyler Hoechlin do the clumsy Clark Kent thing. Like, I think that was one of the things I really liked about this guy, because he nailed like that part of it and just made him that whole like adorkable type of Clark, bumbling Clark. I like that they went there. As the flashbacks go on, we see Clark kind of notice this apparition kind of flashing or whatever. Turns out what it is, it's Morgan Edge. He's in the fortress with Clark. He's got this device that lets him go into another person's head and kind of see their thoughts and dreams and what's important to them and that sort of thing. So Morgan says, basically, lays out an ultimatum, hey, work for me or I'm gonna kill your family. And that's what Clark decides to do. We actually go to Morgan's own Fortress of Solitude, which he made out in the desert, and we see his father. And whereas Jor-El is nice, benevolent for the most part, he was kind of a dick to Jordan when he first came to the fortress, and he said he wasn't like him and blah, blah, blah. But Edge's father is a tyrannical dude who just wants to conquer, and that's what he's raised Morgan to believe and to want to do. It's kind of interesting to see the difference in holographic parenting where you have between like Jor-El and then Morgan Edge's dad. So Superman decides to work for them and save his family. That's what he's doing. Lois makes a call to John Henry Irons, says, hey, it's happening like you said it would. I think Superman's turned. So it'll be interesting to see how things progress, if John comes back with more than just the hammer, if he's in this time away, if he's built on a full-on super suit, the steel suit, to have a battle with Clark that's going to shake him from his days, from his fog, and get him fighting, against Morgan Edge again. Elsewhere, we had Kyle kind of come to terms with what happened to him, what he did, makes his apology to Lois, that Lois is really kind of not really wanting to take it first, but I think she'll warm up to him eventually. We got Sarah and Jordan are, I guess, Instagram official, Snapchat official, whatever the kids use these days. And again, it's cool to just see the relationship between John and Jordan, how John is not like, they could have very easily have gone with the jealous, brother scheming against Jordan and this whole love triangle thing. I am so glad, at least right now, I'm hoping they don't screw it up eventually, but right now, there is no love triangle. I'm ecstatic about that. Hopefully that continues. Just let them be into like, different chicks. Like, they don't need to be fighting over girls. It's cliche. It's an easy thing it's an easy trope to go after. I'm applauding the writers of the show for not doing that right now. That could change, hopefully it doesn't, but right now. And that was the gist of the episode. Like I said, it was very, very much a calm before the storm type of episode. We know things are gonna pick up in the last, part of the season. And it was just fun to catch up with like past Clark Kent, like I said, see the bumbling, clumsy Clark Kent. That was cool to see, since we don't see that now. Getting a little bit of his past with his mom and kind of see where his costume came from, and seeing a little bit on background on Edge, kind of see what shaped him to be the way he is, and sets the stage with Morgan and his Kryptonians, with Superman about to run wild, and the only thing standing between them and conquering is going to be Sam Lane and John Henry Irons and Lois, and maybe Jordan tries to get in there and tries to enter some conflict with his. Maybe it's Jordan is the one that shakes Superman from his mind control, mind altering days, because he's going to try to stop him. Or maybe John tries to stop him at first, fails, and then Jordan steps in and gets shakes him from his days where he's like, oh my God, I'm beating up my kid. But I dug the episode. I understood it for what it was, for the purpose of it, and I'm looking forward to the remaining episodes. I think they come back July 13th. So I'll be looking forward to it, as I always am, because this is a really, really good show. What do you guys out there think? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. Remember, Purge this weekend, MPX. See it on the network. See it live. If you're in Bedford or the surrounding area, just come out. Catch a good show. Catch Best Picture. Your MPX Tag Team Champions doing what we do, and that's making movies and just destroying faces. Until next time, let us geek.